So there's a couple things said at the meeting. One of them I wanted to ask you about was that Burton Eddy annexation. I know there's some questions about it, some concern from the citizens. I guess what were those concerns? And I guess what was, I don't know if there's a solution, but it sounded like there was some clarification needed.
Well, I think that about 6 or 7 years ago, there was kind of a movement by the city to say, hey, we're going to start bringing the people from Burton Eddy in here. Obviously, it helps the city. We get a larger tax base, and we benefit from that. The people out there, their argument is, as far as I'm concerned, a very legitimate one, is what are we getting for coming in? Are we going to have sewers? Taylorville, are you ready to put sewers out there? And we had to look at them and say, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. And so it got to be a heated discussion, and then both sides kind of set back, say, we're not going to solve this today. Lately, we've been doing what they call water annexations. We do have it where if you get water from the city, you agree that, should you become contiguous to property that's already in the city, you agree to come on in. And people have to sign those contracts. About 30 days ago or so, one of the people out there that was already in the city but wasn't aware of it started talking to the neighbors and said, now, wait a minute, how come I'm paying more than you are? And he found I'm in the city. Well, why aren't they in the city? They're contiguous as well. Well, it was an oversight on the city's part that we hadn't pulled them in earlier. So we tried to correct that. And the people at Burton Eddy kind of got wind of that and said, oh, here comes the city again. They're going to take us all in. So let's get up in arms and get prepared to fight this. And so tonight what I tried to do was just clarify a little bit. The city is not under a new initiative to go and get the people from Burton Eddy. That's not our goal here. Again, we were trying to take care of a problem that was brought to our attention, trying to make it fair for everyone. The one guy that was pulled in probably 3 years ago, he makes a good argument. Well, if I'm in, my neighbors that are in the exact same situation I am should be in as well. And so that's what we took care of.
Okay, and another thing that was discussed tonight was and a little bit in the finance committee too, was the tax levy. Voted to just keep it where it's at right now, but there was some things talked about as far as pension funds and all that go. Can you kind of explain that a little bit, since I kind of got into the finance committee meeting late, just sort of what the issues were and what was ultimately discussed as far as what the city's going to do about that moving forward?
Well, Taylorville's fire and police pension funds both are underfunded, as are probably 90% of the police and fire pension funds across the state of Illinois. For many years, we depended on the state and through the Department of Insurance to do the actuarial work themselves and come up and tell us the amount we needed to levy. And they did that for years and years, and we did levy that amount, and we paid that amount. The problem is they undershot their target all those years. And now there's a massive shortfall. What we received tonight from the fire pension was a request to start putting more money in, so that shortfall is not so great. In other words, start addressing the problem right now. And there was a lot of discussion on whether we should do that. What's going to pan out across the state? How are they going to take care of it? If we do it right now and everything changes, they change the setup of the pension fund, do we lose that money? Would it be better to set that money aside in a separate account where we can watch it? That way, if the state did come forward and says, now you have to pay this new amount, we've already got it there and handy, ready for us. The question is, I don't know if we can legally do that or not, or how that will change our funding. So tonight, since we didn't have that information available, they voted to go ahead and just do what was planned, what was already on the previous committee's approval, and we're going to stick with that number for now.
And part of that was just because, unfortunately, we didn't have Rocky available here tonight, so a lot
exactly.
of questions couldn't get answered.
Yeah, Rocky wasn't here, and I think even beyond Rocky, we have to actually go to our auditors and find out the people that specialize in that, what is allowed under state finance law as far as the pension funds go.
All right.